Hi, I'm Chef Jason Hill, and you're never going to guess who I ran into today. Hell's Kitchen winner, Chef Holli Ugalde. Well, thanks so much for joining us today, Holli, and congratulations on winning the 7th season on Hell's Kitchen.
Thank you so much.
How tough was it to work with Gordon Ramsay? Is he really that intense?
You know, he really is that intense. When I first went on the show, I really thought that it was just going to be TV. And when I got on there, he was going to be nice, and he'd tell us what to do, and he'd yell at us, and then say, oh, no, I'm sorry, I didn't really mean that. So not like that. He is right in your face screaming. You've got the spit flying at you.
Oh, wow.
And everything. It's that intense.
Chef Ramsay said that out of all the contestants, you were the one that showed the most growth. Can you elaborate on that?
Well, you know, I started off really horrible, if you remember the first day, which I actually try to ignore it all the time, and I never replay that episode. I was really bad. I was coming straight out of the pastry world.
Okay.
And so, you know, I was building wedding cakes every day, and I hadn't worked on a line for a long time. So, you know, to step back in there, I was terrified at first, but then I do grow really fast. I learned very quickly. And so going from horrible to being able to win all the challenges individually, you know, I really did grow the most, and my biggest competitor, which was Jay, he was very stable the whole entire time, but he has 13 years experience.
Okay.
So Ramsay had told me that he was looking for somebody that he could actually mold into his position for his restaurant. He really wanted somebody that he could say, okay, look, this is how I want you to run it, and I don't have something stuck in the back of my head like, no, this is my kitchen and this crazy ego. Yeah. So, you know, being able to grow into his position is the best way.
I think a lot of chefs like that. They take in the younger person and they can kind of mold them and develop them into what what he has as an idea for his restaurant in London.
Yeah.
What advice would you have to any of the viewers out there that wanted to go on a show like that?
Ooh, don't do it unless you're really good. I mean, you have to be tough.
Yeah.
Nothing can bother you. You want to be on TV crying every 5 seconds, then do it. But know that you're going to get yelled at a lot.
I noticed you talk about crying. You said you didn't cry on the show, and that says a lot. I mean, even in the real kitchens, you know, you have to be tough.
I know. I think I've actually made some employees cry, not purposely, but I'm always just like, suck it up, suck it up. It's not that bad. You're cooking food. Yeah. You know, but I only cried when I saw my son, so I think that's pretty good. I'm a tough cookie.
That's acceptable. Who inspired you, or what inspired you to become a chef and get into the world of culinary arts?
Besides my wonderful mama, Julia Childs.
Oh, great.
And I was a very picky eater.
Yeah.
And, sorry, Mom, but didn't always love your food. So I had to make my own.
What advice would you have for somebody that wants to get into the business?
If you really want to get into the business and become a chef, I would always say work in a restaurant before you waste your money going to culinary school. Going to culinary school, we started off with probably 30 people in the classroom, graduated with 8, and I think only 3 of us are actually doing it still.
Yeah.
And you're paying a lot of money for it. But I think, it's not a job, it's really a lifestyle. You'll never have a holiday off, never have a weekend off. You know, you gotta really be set for that lifestyle.
What are the pros and cons of culinary school as opposed to working your way up through the ranks?
Well, you know, working your way up, you really kind of earn a lot more respect from everybody around you. You know, you started off at the bottom and you went from washing dishes to building yourself up, so you get every range of experience and you know exactly how the kitchen functions. Yeah. So that's a good way to go about it if you don't want to spend all that money. It's going to take you a lot more time. But going to culinary school, you get all the basics. You learn the structure of the kitchen. Right. But that's more of, you know, it's a lot of book work and things like that. So you really have to be ready to study like crazy. But then you also get this, you know, this like whole world of culinary right in front of you. You get some of the most amazing food. You get chefs that are ready to teach you, give you all the information, and not just these snobby chefs that say, you do it and you do it now. So, you know, both ways really work. It's just kind of if you want to go faster or if you want to learn every step. Yeah. You're still going to start up at the bottom, no matter what.
I tell people about culinary school that you don't expect to get out of school and just start making a ton of money and be a chef. You still got to do your time. Yeah. Would you agree? That's
one problem with culinary school is that they make you feel like you are going to walk out and you're taking the executive chef position somewhere and you're going to run everything. It's like, well, no, you don't know how to work a line yet. You don't know how to do anything yet. Yeah. You just have the basic facts.
Right. It gives you a good foundation. Education. Right. What do you prefer in the kitchen? Your pastry background, or do you like working the line?
I like working the line. Pastries, I was probably the worst pastry chef you can imagine. No. I was great. I can make the most amazing things.
Yeah.
I just never measured anything.
Oh, wow.
I just got the feel of it. So if I wanted somebody to recreate it, I couldn't tell them how. So it made it really horrible because I was always working because nobody can learn from me. So I'm way
So if
better
you
with
called in
savory.
sick, no pastries are going out that night.
I just always worked every day of my life. But no, I like the savory world a little bit better because you can just throw things in, you can change it all, and there isn't this structure.
Right.
Pastry is more, way more scientific.
But pastry is a definite step you need to learn, I think, in the kitchen. I mean, that's something that, if you want to be a well-rounded chef, is hitting the pastries and getting that down is key. Well, Holli, in addition to being crowned head chef, you've also created your own line of olive oils and vinegars. How did you come about that?
Well, I'm obsessed with vinegars. The vinegars are really my main thing. I have these beautiful 25-year aged balsamic vinegars from Italy, straight from Italy. Bring them in here, bottle them in Napa. And I flavor them all because, well, not all of them. I have my traditional, but I have a vanilla fig, which I pour on gelato and eat it just like that, and I think that's killer.
Yeah.
I have that, and then I have olive oils from Napa.
Okay.
They're cold pressed, and they're cold pressed with citrus. So I have a blood orange, Meyer lemon.
Nice.
Really beautiful stuff. I also have a cookbook that I'm
great.
working on. I'm also doing hotel restaurant consulting.
Wow.
So
You got a lot going on.
I'm very busy.
So this whole Hell's Kitchen experience has just opened up a ton of doors for you, and I'm guessing changed your life quite a bit.
It really has opened up tons of doors.
Yeah.
It was all stuff that I wanted to do anyways. I just didn't necessarily have the means to do it.
Yeah.
Or, sometimes I wasn't taken seriously because I'm now 25 and a lot of people just kind of like scoff, like, oh, you're a 25-year-old woman in the kitchen? Huh? What? I'm like, no, let me prove it to you.
Yeah. What would you say would be one of your signature dishes?
Oh, I hate that question.
I do too. I'm sorry.
No, I don't have a signature dish. I don't at all. And what I really like to do, I have a garden, and so when I go out there, I pick what's fresh and what looks ready, and I create something around it. I really focus on one thing and keep it very clean and simple. And on the ingredient, and I'm not trying to change the structure of it or make it into some weird foam or anything like that. Like, it is food, and I'm going to just make it the key, the star. So
where can we find you today? And
I'm right here. Just kidding. No,
where can people go to find out the latest on what you got going on?
Well, I have many ways to contact me. My phone number is, no, I'm just kidding. I have Twitter, which is like @Chef Holli. I think that's how you find people on Twitter.
Okay.
Right? Facebook, Chef Holli Ugalde. And then I have my website, which is the easiest way to find me, chefholli.com, Holli with an I. I had to be different.
Okay.
That will say everything that I'm doing, where I'm going to be, any events that I have coming up, recipes that I like to put on there.
Yeah.
Just pretty much anything about me. Old pictures, all the fun stuff.
Well, I really appreciate you taking the time and talking with us today and sharing your information with our viewers. And good luck to you. I know you're going to be awesome, and we're going to keep our eye on you. Thanks again so much.
I really appreciate it.
Appreciate that.
The hair in my eyes is distracting.
Okay, this one's going to be, in addition to being crowned head chef at Savoy Grill in London, you've created Savoy. Sorry. Savoy. We're just talking about savory.
No, it's the pastry grill.
Pastry grill.
I'm changing the name. Switching it up here.